Hi, welcome. I was waiting for my music. That's why I was sitting here like ready to jam with y'all on the way in. But we didn't get that this time. But hi,
Hi.
hello everybody. Welcome to Cupcakes and Coffee Conversations. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, okay? And let me tell you what we have in store for you today. Our very first show. I mean, my God, I am busting with like excitement. I'm over here like, oh, we. But before we get started, there's a few things that I just want to kind of get into and talk about. But first and foremost, make sure you guys have your coffee and your cupcakes ready, okay, on deck, because you're gonna need to bite into something after this conversation today. Trust me, all right? It's gonna be amazing. And also, look, get into these earrings, honey. So y'all listen, okay? She's wearing Zavia, okay, art all up in around here. Okay. So I did this for you, for the people. You guys, I'll give you her information later. She's my cousin. She sent me all these beautiful things. And let me tell you, I'm so excited. I'm set for weeks, honey, with jewelry. Okay. Weeks and weeks. So let's welcome our first guest of Cupcakes and Coffee Conversation, my sister, and don't mean just, I mean like blood, and I actually like her. She's my friend. Not too many people can say that, but honey, I can say that. This is my real life blood sister, and she's my friend. And guess what? This little beautiful lady has started a podcast, and when I tell you, I am elated. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited, so happy. She's is so much in her. I can go on for 30 minutes about her, but that's gonna take up most of the show. So I'm just gonna, let her tell you about her. But let me tell you, when I tell you she is an amazing, phenomenal woman, I'm so proud of her. She means the absolute world to me. And when I say her inside just exude and just ooze out on people, and people just want more. So guess what? Now she's got a podcast, and everybody can get some of this, okay? Everybody can get some of this wholesomeness, all right? And D, I'm gonna let you say exactly what the podcast is called, because just the name, listen, just the name alone. Okay, so let's welcome our first guest, Miss Deandra Ash. Woo!
Okay. Hi, beautiful
Welcome.
people out there. My name is Deandra Ash, and the name of my podcast that I just started that will be launching tomorrow is Girls That Cry in the Car podcast. And I came up with that title simply because how many of us have cried in the car? I know I've cried in the car at least a million times. So I can totally relate to that topic, and I know other people, not just women. I know men cry in the car too, especially when they get out the house, get out the car to go to the house. So, I started that, and it's not just about the title about crying in the car. It's about all the things we do. Like the car can be your sanctuary at times. So, I've had car concerts that boost my mood before I go into a job that I hated, or just anything that I'm going through. Let's talk about it. Let's laugh. I know I got a million stories that I can laugh. I just look back at my life and laugh at. So that's pretty much what it's about. And I'm really excited to share some of my random thoughts with you guys. And I hope you're willing to listen.
Yay, I love it. Can you say the name one more time, please? Just say
Girls
it to
that
me.
cry in the car.
Girls, let me tell you, y'all, when she told me that name, I said, oh. I was driving, I'll never forget it. It was raining. I said, stop and wait a minute. So, you said what? Girls that cry in the car? Because guess who cried in the car? A lot. This girl right here. See me bunny, honey? A lot. Okay. I do a lot of things. I sit, I decompress, right before I come in and have to be mommy. right after work and just kind of, take the edge off. Then I sit in there thinking thoughts of all sorts. So when she said that, you're talking about something that just hit home. I mean, where did you get this from, D? Like, how did that just, where is this inspired? How did this come about?
I think I was actually crying in the car at the moment, and I have been praying and asking God to just show me, give me a title. Give me a title for my podcast, something that people can feel. And while I'm sitting there crying, I'm thinking to myself, duh, this is it. Girls cry in the car. It's okay. We do it all the time. Let's
Yeah.
talk.
Let's talk about it. So then you're going to have all these different types of, like, tell us about the platform or how the podcast is going to go, or are you just about to flow with it and just kind of give us a platform on how it's going to go?
Well, I don't really like to do too much scripting. So
Okay.
I do have some specific topics that I think that we need to talk about, we need to address. I probably need to get off my chest as well. And then, some things just happen, like things are ever occurring in the world. So there's always something new that we can talk about. I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it funny. Let's not be serious all the time. I mean, we've had a rough year. It's time for us to laugh, just laugh. Yeah, we've had a rough year. So it's time to laugh and just really, push through. Like you got to learn how to laugh at your pain. So that's definitely what we're going to be talking about. It's love, relationships, situationships, even a little bit of sex topics, some mature audience.
Yeah.
About finances, everything. I really just want to dive all in and let's talk about it.
Okay. That's awesome. I mean, I'm telling you, just the name alone. I was just talking about this with my best friend this morning. I said, listen, I'm in it. I don't care what she talked about. When I heard girl that car in the car, you talking about my attention? I said, oh honey, you got my full attention. Clearly, like I don't care what it is. What if you're talking about dogs and cats, I'm there. Just based off of that title, Girls Cry in the Car. So I believe that it's gonna be like, it's gonna attract such a huge audience. And I'm so excited because you have so much to tell and to give. It's like, and I've been waiting for this moment. So
I know. I feel like, Tyler Perry, if you're listening, hey, I have some scripts.
I want you to talk to people about holding in their gifts and just kind of having this blind faith to where you just have to step out and just kind of, go. What made you finally say, you know what, I'm just about to just go forward, just dive in?
Okay, well, that definitely hits home for me because I am a writer. I'm a photographer. I write poetry. I recite poetry. And I'm a professional talker. I love to help people, and I feel like my gifts are meant to help people. But I have been guilty of sitting on a lot of my gifts. People tell me all the time, you're so gifted. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you working that job? You have no business here. And I think this year was a turning point. Of course, at the top of the year, we lost our father. And just that alone pushed me, like propelled me to really move my gifts. And just with everything that people have been going through, like people are still losing their loved ones, people are still losing their jobs. Like we need to lean on each other. We need to talk to each other. Like a lot of people been in quarantine and alone, and I see that and I feel all of that, and I just feel like, let's share some things together. Let's laugh. Let's uplift each other. That's mostly what it's about. It's not a bashing platform. I have some stories that are, funny and relatable, but it's definitely to uplift you. You just can't get stuck in a place of pain. Like that's just one place you cannot be. You will not thrive. You will simply die. And you might not die in the physical, but you'll die in the mental and the spiritual. So definitely important to just tap into your gifts. You know what I'm saying? Ask for understanding, ask for clarity of what your gifts may be, and move forward. Like you just really had to step out on it. Like this was scary for me. Like as much as I love to talk, it was
Mm-hmm.
scary for me because I'm being vulnerable. I'm putting myself on a platform for people to see me, but
Mm-hmm.
it's meant for people to see me and hear me. So here I am.
Come on, girl. Here she is. Yes. I'm gonna try to act right during this interview. I'm gonna try my best. But girl, I'll get all out of pocket and be like, Terry, all that. So I'm just gonna try to. Let me see. Okay, let me get back. Okay, hey y'all, hey, hey. All right. So we talked about. I know you'll have all different types of topics, on your show, which we will be tuning in. Consistently with that, and also too, you'll be launching November the 1st, right?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm watching my first episode tomorrow. It'll be on Spotify, it's on Google Podcasts. You can also look for the link on Facebook if you're following me. If not, go ahead and follow me, Deandra Ash on Facebook. I'll be posting it there. So look forward to the first episode tomorrow.
Tomorrow. This is perfect. Once we'll talk off, but this is perfect once
Yeah,
again.
I pushed the date up. I pushed the date up because you just really can't wait. You never know who needs to hear what immediately. So you just really have to
just move on it, right? Girl, you better
move
move
on it, baby.
it. Do it. Okay. We couldn't have. Okay, so now I'm really ready to cut up. Okay.
Okay.
So there's this meme, right? That's out with Taraji Henson, and they use her face. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And the meme has her, if when you're in a relationship, okay, and this is, women. So let's start off with that. Women, when you're in a relationship, according to this meme, you look like Florida Evans, pretty much. And then when you break up, okay, with the dude, then you look like Beyonce. So let's get into that, okay? Because I just want to kind of touch on that because that's gonna be your thing with your podcast and all this other stuff that you'll just be freely talking about. And I want you to bring a little bit of that to CupCakes and Coffee Conversations, okay? So, women, I want you all to call in, put in your 50 cent. And if you agree or if you disagree with what we say, we don't care. Either way, you can do whatever you want. You can say what you want. It's all right. However, everybody has an opinion and everybody is able to give that. So you see the number that's going across the screen. Feel free to give us a call because we're about to get into this. Okay?
All the way.
So, D, I'm going to start with this. Okay? We'll start with this. My grandmother always told me, all right, this at a young age, she said, what you start with a man, you have to finish it.
Ooh, that's good, Grandma. That's good.
Okay. So I'm a kid, like I'm a kid, like I'm teenager-ish. So I kept that. Now I'm 43. I kept that with me with everything. Like any relationship, it's always been stuck with me. Wherever you start with a man, you have to finish, right? So let's start here with, women and relationships and how we present ourselves. What do you have to say about this meme?
Ooh, well, certainly. We definitely go all out. I was struggling trying to put on some lashes this morning. I said, you know what? They just gonna have to take me as I am. So we definitely go all out. You want to look good. You want to smell good. You want to cook good. I mean, you just want to do everything that just really catches that man's attention and just makes him adore you. And then you just kind of merge. It's that I feel like they have that little comfortable phase. It's like, 2 months, 3 months. Oh, she liked me. Oh, she loved me. So then when they get to that phase, it's like, oh, let me just let all of it out. Just let it all out. So now we're here. We're deep in. We've all in love. We've been cooking good. We've been eating good with them. You know what I'm saying? There's the fluff. You know, those extra 25 that come on, that's that extra fluff because we've been feeding them good and we've been eating good with them too.
Yeah.
So there's that fluff. But when it goes wrong, oh man, it's like a phase. It's like so many phases. When it goes wrong, then you start you might not wear a bra one day. You might not comb your hair. You might not even put that Vaseline on your lips. I mean, it's just like, why am I really trying to look good for this man? He don't love me. I mean, but then when you get enough strength that you muster up to move on, then you got to come back to yourself. Like your grandma said, you got to come back to yourself. Come to the center, back, center yourself, and pull yourself together. Get that snapback. That gym membership that you had the whole time y'all was together and you didn't use, you're going to do about 20 push-ups in the gym, about 50 sit-ups,
25 squats,
and about 50 squats. And you're going to pull yourself together. You're going to put your makeup on. You're going to put your lipstick on. I have on the color red because I'm exuding love. You might throw you on some red. And, honey, you're going to wish. He might not wish, to marry you. That might have been a problem from the beginning. But he is definitely going to do a double take like, wow. That's what I messed up on. He's gonna forget all that busted, in the middle when you were busted. Forget about that part. And he'll remember, wow, this is the person that I met. But then it's too late. And it's like, but all jokes aside, some women do get the snap back, when breakups happen to get the male attention. But me, I get the snap back for myself to remind myself who I am. I like to do this little thing where I look in the mirror and say, you got the juice. Say it with me. You got the juice.
I got it. So I want to kind of throw a little monkey wrench in here, okay? Because I listened to your, and there's so many sides to this, right? Like so many. So this particular one, you're saying, okay, well, the young lady got comfortable, or either just felt like the guy was getting too comfortable. And then it was like, oh, well, why am I doing this? Because he doesn't appreciate it. So I'm just going to go ahead and, wear this house coat and put this mop on my head. And who cares? Because you're not, doing what I think that, or my expectation of what you should be doing as a man in my life, right?
Right.
So with that, okay, there is also another side of it, okay? And I want you to kind of address the other side because that is definitely valid that, as women will get, kind of discouraged because we need to be affirmed as well. Just as we, affirm our guys and tell them what they mean to us and all these different things. And, oh my God, you king and da, 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 da. We need to feel like queen. And sometimes when we don't, we can, put ourselves in a situation to where, you know what, forget it. He ain't saying nothing, blah, blah, blah. And then you just start to do this, right? Just sink in. Now, what about those women who get comfortable? They get comfortable. And they come in 150%. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to get him. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to make sure he's happy. I'm going to make sure such. And then they get him. And then, plump, we turn into the Taraji Florida Evans. That's what my grandmother was speaking of, was listen, if you coming in at 150, don't slow the game down, when you think that you got him, because you still have to do the exact same things you got to get him, to keep him, right? So
Mhm.
let's talk about that and how women get a little complacent once they feel as if they got a dude.
Okay, well, I'm going to start out with the word accountability.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm,
the thing most importantly is, a lot of women, I used to be guilty of this, just trying to do everything I think a man would just love. But the
mhm,
thing about it is, you do want to start out strong, but you do want to start out in love. You want to move in love, let all your actions be from love, because when you're doing it from a sincere place, it's not even work. Like cooking for
mhm,
your man is not even seen as something big. It's just something that you do out of
mhm,
love.
mhm,
You're cooking
mhm,
out of love. You're looking good out of love. And first of all, let me go back to love and self-love,
mhm,
because when you have self-love for yourself, you're gonna show up every day. You're gonna look
mhm.
good every day, whether that man's sitting in front of you or not. Like I like to
Talk
sit around the
about
house with my perfume on, and sometimes I sit out around the house with this red lipstick on, and I listen to me some Johnny Gill because I just
yeah.
want to feel good about myself. I love myself, and that's the most important thing. Like when you don't love yourself, you are seeking validation from another source. And so
Mhm,
you're doing
mhm,
all these things to keep that source pouring into you. And
mhm,
then you figure out that it's not genuine, or it's not for you, that's not your equally yoked partner.
mhm,
Then it's like, you lose yourself.
mhm,
And so it's
mhm,
like it's
mhm,
so important to start out strong with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Don't get into relationships if you're not ready to love yourself.
mhm,
Love
mhm,
yourself first and then move on to that man. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? I don't have no problem cooking and spoiling a man, but
mhm.
it's reciprocated.
It has to be. I'm sorry. Let's interject here. I'm sorry. It has to be. And it doesn't have to be the same way I
Right.
interpret. You know what I mean? Like if I give my and I believe in love languages and things of that such, right?
Mhm.
So if my love language may be, gifts, acts of kindness, you know what I mean? I don't expect for his to be the same thing, but I do expect for him to find out that within me, to be able to say, okay, well, my girl, such, 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 and this is what make her tick, this what make her smile. And I want to keep that on her face, and I want to keep her, in this type of, so we can be good. Now,
Mhm.
relationships are relationships. We know that. Stuff is in and out. You argue, you whatever, blah, 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 blah. But you should have a basis and a point to where, okay, I want to do this for you, and you want to do this for me, And if for me maybe washing my car, then okay, wash my car. And if for
Ooh,
you
clean the
means
house.
for me to, make sure that I cook at least 3 times a week for you, then okay, I can do that. We can come together to make sure of that. However, okay, with this particular scenario, I'm gonna throw another little thing in here. I have, as you know, and both of us have a lot of guy friends. Okay,
Mhm.
we have a lot of guy friends to where they, whether they're married or not married, they come to us and they got a girl and they talking and these are homeboys and they like, look, I married her, and then now this is what I'm getting, and ain't nothing, ain't nothing popping off no more. Ain't blah
Right.
blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And then you
Yeah.
got the other, or just the girlfriend. I don't know if I am gonna marry her because now, she doing this, and she was doing this, but she not doing this
Mhm.
anymore. So all these different things. So that picture is so funny to me because I believe in first impressions now. Don't get me wrong. You understand? Like I think you only have one chance for a first impression. And when you
Right.
get in, you better get it in. If that's the one, like I just like guys choose you, girls choose men. Okay. And when we zero in and we say, hey,
That's the
I
one.
think
That's the
I like
one.
him, right? He's the one. He's the one. Okay. Then you're gonna decide you're gonna zero in on him. Then guess what? I am gonna put forth my best first impression, and I'm gonna be my best self because I want to give you my best self. The
Mhm.
problem is us sustaining that throughout the relationship. You don't just say, hey, I'm gonna give you my best self, and then, oh, I got you. So, you're going about your way, da 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 da, this and that. This is what you're gonna get now. Is this all this Florida Evans? When I was being Beyonce and shaking up the city with you, now you can't take me nowhere. It's just disrespectful. It's
It
disrespectful. It's not nice.
is.
It's not
It
nice.
is disrespectful.
It is. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I think it's like a joint effort.
Mhm.
Like relationships are seriously a joint effort. It's like you were saying earlier about love languages. You have to embrace each other's love languages. It's not one-sided. It's not more make me feel good
Mhm.
and you can kind of feel good. It's we both feel good, and then we both exude love into each other.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's just really about that. Like we always stop because we're putting on it's really putting on a show. You know,
Yes,
putting on a show.
it is. It is. It's like, I mean, and then it goes into other places because I don't want to point for reasons of people cheating. I'm not gonna even go there. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mhm.
think people cheat because it you know it has absolutely nothing to do with it.
It's
Okay,
there.
I wore a red shirt and you didn't like it, or you ain't. I just don't. I don't know. People do what they want to do when they want to do it, how they want to do it, and that's it. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But if you have a bond with someone and you have you should be able. And speaking of such, you should be able to talk to that person, right? You should be able to be like, hey, girl, listen now. I know we had them pork chops last week, okay? But now I see the pork chop on the side of your stomach. Now look here. If you want to hit these streets and Beyonce again, then guess what? We're gonna have to go, all right, with you, whatever, but you gonna have to work on that thing before. And I don't know if there are a lot of guys that feel comfortable, or I know some of my friends will say, hey, tell me. I'm like, tell her, let talk to her and let her know, because as a woman I would want to know. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel some kind of way, or you think like, I don't like your hairstyle, I don't like your lip color, and it ain't really my thing, you better say it, because I'm gonna keep wearing it. I like it, so I'm gonna keep
Right.
wearing it. So say something to me, unless you want me to be Florida every day. Just, you know what I mean? Say something.
Because if you say nothing, we assume that you love it. Like you
Mm-hmm.
love everything about it. I love to be in a situation, in a relationship where there's so much open communication. Like, of course, you don't really want to hear as a woman. Yeah, you're gonna look thick around the hip. But if you have that open communication, like you and your partner can talk like that. You be like, hey, okay, thank you for reminding me. I'll tighten that up a little bit. I'll cut back on the bread. Um, but yeah, definitely if I'm wearing a hairstyle and I just keep wearing it and you don't say nothing, and I think, hey, he's okay with it, you might actually hate it. And
And
then
I'm
we
not
are
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had some, you know what I mean, some conversations about something, and a guy may say, for instance, like, I don't really like that color, like lipstick or something on you. It may, whatever. And I'd be like, what? Like, what you what? What you mean? But at the same time, I'm asking for it at the same time, so I can't, I could quietly be in my feelings, but I
yeah.
need to definitely do something. But and the reason why I brought that up, Raheem, our station manager, was like, "Oh no, we don't. With guys, we do not like coming to y'all saying, hey, girl, you need the such such such." Probably because they feel like they're gonna feel the wrath. You know what I mean? Of their, which is kind of true, because you can get in your feelings.
Needs the rap now. that's the thing. But you gotta know how to gauge your woman, okay?
Oh, tell it. Talk about it. Say it,
You
girl.
gotta know your woman's meter, you know. Ooh, is she real sensitive? I need to approach it this way. I need to come around and say it this way. You know, it's all about using the right tactic with a woman. You know, we are
Yes.
emotional beings, you know.
Yes.
We feel everything. Like we feel your energy, we feel our energy. So it's just all about how you say things with a woman. It's really not so much what you say, because I feel like we're very strong. We can endure so much. We do endure so much. It's just that person that's in your intimate space has the most, you know, access to your vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So however they present it to you, you just, you know, you can't just say, "Hey, girl, you're getting fat." I mean, no, that's not the way to say it. Or, you know, "I don't, you know, like when you wear that." You know, that's another thing. Be with somebody that chooses you for you. You know, you don't
Oh,
have to do all this extra stuff. Because I know I attract a certain type of man, and that's, you know, that's the energy that I'm giving. I'm not gonna be like sister over here. You're not gonna get that. You're gonna get what you get when you first meet it higher time. So make sure that's what you want. So
yes.
it's really important about, you know, choosing a mate that is comfortable with you when you don't look the best, when you do look the best. You know, it's because otherwise it's just superficial. Like we
Yes.
got some superficial relationships, and that's
Oh,
really a lot of what that mean kind of derives from.
we'll be on here for 3 hours talking about that. Oh, Jesus. But
You
that's
know,
definitely the truth. Oh my God! Someone said hello, hello. I don't know who that
hey,
is. Went by. Hi there. Um. So, Raheem brought up a really, really good question. I don't know if
mm-hmm,
you see the chat, but he was saying, okay, so if a woman decides that, you know, she's gonna go, you know, how we go get our hair done every week, every 2 weeks, whatever. Um, you know, this week I'm just gonna go to the salon, I'm getting my hair cut. And she doesn't discuss it with him. And
mm,
he comes back, she come back home and she feeling real cute, honey. And he like, and he's a hair man, you know, he loves long hair. And you went it, what happens with that?
ooh, that is a tricky topic. Now I will say this. If it's just a boyfriend, you know, I might discuss it with him. You know,
I'm
especially
go ahead.
if he especially loves my hair, you know, I do like to do things, you know, I like to look good for my man. If I know he loves something about me, you know, I kind of try to hone it in and, you know, make it last.
Mhm.
But with the hair, you know, I would discuss it. I would present it. Um, but me, I'm a person that really loves to cut my hair. It's just something about when a woman cuts her hair. It's so refreshing and renewing, you
Yeah.
know. It just
Unless
gives
she
you a whole
goes
nother
bald or
feel.
something. If she listen, man, if your woman have long hair, like complete, if she go from one extreme, meaning long hair, and then she decide to go bald, not
You the
just getting
problem.
a hair she super cut. That's let me help you. This is a free one for you. Something is wrong on the
You're
inside.
the problem.
When we go from one extreme to the other, and we go long hair and then decide and we just want to shave it like no hair in sight. Oh, we going through something on the inside, baby. Okay, trust me. It's deep. It's real deep, and we took it out on our hair. So,
Right.
men, that's a free one for you. Don't think, you know, like, oh, well, maybe she just, you know, she wants to wear wigs all the time. Something wrong with her. Something wrong with her, brother. Find out
Right.
what
When
it
she
is.
starts cutting that hair, she's trying to figure out ways to cut you out the life. Okay? The hair go first and then you go next. Okay, so just go ahead and prepare yourself. Start looking for apartments because you gone. Okay, once the hair go, I'm telling you, that is the first sign. When the hair goes, you next. Okay, you're next because it's drastic.
Yeah. So and we just got another comment saying she may just be lazy and don't want to do it. Nah, it's a
Nah.
difference. Now we'll
Mm-mm.
cut our hair. Like if we do want to have low maintenance, is what we call it. We will cut it short, but it will be in a style. It'll be cute.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got your pixie curls or whatever it may be, something short and cute that's convenient that you don't have to deal with every day. That may be a factor. But when a woman goes from one extreme, I'm talking about extreme, not just a lifestyle change. Extreme, something is on the inside. She messed up. I see it all the time. All the time, okay? She on the inside, she's struggling. And that might be another story side to this meme. Okay. We got, the she Florida Evans. Why is she looking like Florida Evans if she was Beyonce at the beginning? What happened here? That may be another side too. There's so many variables here.
And the wig tied, okay? Both are tired. But I do also want to say one thing too. Now, when you're married, I don't like to really speak on marriage because I'm not married, but I do feel like there's a different type of connection and a different type of bond and agreement that you guys have come to.
It should.
It should be discussed and it should be considered for sure. For sure. Because
you wouldn't want him. You have to, you know what I mean? You wouldn't want him going out and you love his beard and then he come back one day, his face is bald and you see his face again. You're like, well, what happened? You know what happened? You didn't even tell me. You would be upset. Yeah, you'd be upset. So you would want to give that same courtesy, and all these things where we just want to wave this white flag, honey. Like, that's my hair. Okay. It's not. It is yours. It is. Believe me, it's on your head. It's on your head. It belongs to you. However, it's nothing wrong with having a conversation and compromise. You know what I mean? Like, well, babe, I do need I got a lot going on in my life. I do need a little bit of low maintenance. You know what I mean? I can, your girl got some good edges and stuff. I just gotta put a little something on it, water, and I keep going. Versus me having to, go in and do all this extra every day. It cuts my time. So it's nothing wrong with having that conversation if you're in a committed relationship with someone and their opinion matters to you. There's nothing wrong with it. But there is something wrong with you being Florida every day. Okay.
Ooh, you can't honey, let's talk about it.
You can't. It's too much out here. It's so much. You know what I mean? And like, you just don't want to do it. And it's not just because I don't want him to leave or just because I don't want him to cheat. It's it's a respect and a value, I think, you have for that relationship. When if I'm involved with someone, I'm married to someone, I'm not married either, but married to someone or involved with someone, when they see me, they gonna see him. You understand? When they see him, they gonna see me. So I'm a representation. We're a representation of each other. So I'm not going to start off being Beyonce and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, I'm singing old Negro spirituals, you know what I mean, with a fro that's never been combed. I'm just not gonna do it. You understand? Now they're gonna say, oh, he must be singing old Negro spirituals too, because she a hot mess out here in the street. It's just not. And nobody's asking you to portray something more than what you know what I mean? If you're feeling a certain kind of way, absolutely. You know what I mean? You should, but to stay in a place and it's sort of trickery, if you agree. Yeah. You come in and you give this package of, hey, you're gonna get A, B, C, D, E, F, G, honey. And then you get in the relationship and you take out C and you take out G. And he like, what? But girl, what's this too little?
I mean, and it still goes back to, a woman just loving on herself. Like, I want to look good for myself. And then I
Yes.
want to look good for my man, because I love when he'll look at me like, baby, you look good. I
Right.
mean, why not?
Yes.
I mean, but it's really about you loving yourself and looking good for yourself first. I mean, we all like to be comfortable. You ain't gotta. I mean, you don't have to be, just sitting in the house being Beyonce, but you can put a little bit of, eco gel, slap that back a little bit, just a little effort goes a long way, honey. A
Yes.
long way.
It'll go a long way. And let me tell you, speaking of that, my grandma, I spoke with her a few months ago when we were talking about this, and she was like, "Baby, because she wasn't feeling well, right?" And she was like, "Baby, I like to lotion myself up, before I go to bed, and I like to put on my perfume,
Yes.
honey." And I couldn't even reach down
Old
to do that. It scared me
school.
sick. What? I said, "Oh,
Old
grandma,
school.
you
I
put
love
on
it.
lotion every night." I said, "Grandma, you put on lotion every night?" She said, "Yes, honey. I make sure honey, I be nice and smooth, honey. And I put perfume
Ooh.
on too." I said, "Oh, girl, you
Mhm.
doing it because I don't put lotion on every night."
Woo. Okay, now look,
I
now
said, "You doing
see.
better because I lotion your feet up, honey." And my the elbows and this, but the whole body every night, I can't tell you that. But she was like, no, no. She do it for. She said, "I got to smell good for myself." Okay.
Woo, honey. Yes, I love it. Now I really do believe in that. I do like to put on perfume when I go to bed. Like when I'm out the tub, I like to smell good. I like to feel like I'm smelling good when I lay down. And when I get
Yeah.
up, guess what? I smell
Yeah.
good still. It's just about, doing what works for you first,
Hmm.
but that's just an extra touch of, I'm a lady. I'm such a
I'm
lady.
a lady. Tell it. I'm a lady.
I'm such a lady. But you know what? That made me think about something. That's another topic that I thought about.
Mhm.
Hair bonnets. How do you feel about wearing hair bonnets in public?
Don't get me started on that. You
Oh
better
man.
not. Okay, I
Oh,
will not. You will never. Okay, you won't catch me with a hair bonnet, and you will not catch me with no pajama pants on.
ooh,
Going
right. Ooh.
they go to me hand in hand. They go hand in hand together. Okay, you are not to be now. How easy if the same you okay? You rolled out of bed. That made me feel like you didn't brush your teeth, you didn't wash your face, you ain't do nothing. You just rolled out and came out here and you know what I mean, and gave it to us. It's just not.
Right.
How easy is it to walk 2 steps,
Ooh.
wherever your clothes are, and put on some pants? And how easy is it to take the bonnet off no, D. No. What you
Cause
got to
you
say
know
about
what? Now I'm gonna dive. Like I like to say, let's dive into this.
it? Yeah.
I definitely like to say we have gotten so uncomfortable with really looking like ourselves. Like, I
Mm,
mean, we don't want to see who we look like. I never forget. I took a picture. It was a school picture in like the 10th grade, and I hated it. Like I hated it. It's just like it was like so plain to me. And I showed it to my mom, and she was like, I said, "Mom, do you like this picture?" She was like, "That's your face, ain't it?" And I was like, that cut deep. And it made me think to myself, like, this is my face. This is who I am. It's like we have to put on so many layers of, makeup. We transforming ourselves to be this person that we don't even look like every day. And so that
mhm,
trickles on down, trickles up to our hair.
mhm.
Like we don't even feel comfortable wearing our natural hair, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
And some days, the hair just won't do right now. It just won't do right. But that hair bonnet, that's not for the
no.
outside.
That is not.
Shit, when I'm outside and I see a whole bunch of women with hair bonnets on. You know what it looked like to me? It looked
What?
like a video game, like Super Mario Brothers, just all over the place. Just a whole bunch of Super Mario characters, with that big old poof on their head, looking like a little mushroom. We got a whole bunch of chefs walking around the city and ain't cooking nothing. Okay? It's y'all, it don't take that much effort to just slap that hair back. I mean, like, to me, they're hiding their hair, but the hair bonnet is ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly. You might as well wear your hair, girl. Love yourself. And I know I'm touching a lot of spirits right now because I know some people personally that like to wear the hair bonnet out in public.
Yeah.
Do not wear it to your school. Especially when you have children. I don't do that to your children. Y'all, come on now.
It's not nice. Y'all stop it right now. Look, right we in full agreement. Our station manager, he's like, tell it, praise him. Come on now.
Yeah, we gotta stop this now. We gotta love on ourselves. Give yourself a hug. Woosah, and love on yourself and do your hair, okay?
And remember, first impressions are you never know. Okay, you may say, oh, I'm just going to Walmart real quick. I'm going to get some gas in my car. You can meet anybody,
Your husband.
Right. Anyone. You can meet the person you maybe building your business and needing an investor. Your investor is not going to want to invest in that bonnet unless you're selling them, okay? And you're not, most likely. You won't even agree like that. So, be your best self. That we're getting to the end of this, but I just want you, Dee, to just kind of talk about women being their best self, being your best representation for you first, in your relationship, in the workplace, everywhere you go. Be your best self. What do you have to say about that?
Ooh, I love it. I'm a firm believer in, being your best self and doing things out of love. Like your character speaks for you when you enter the room and when you leave the room. When you leave this world, like that is who people will remember you by. So every time you step out, or even when you come in, practice being your best self. I mean, it's easy to go off on somebody. It's easy to cut somebody out. But those things that are difficult is, resisting, things that take you out of character. You always want to show up, as the best version of yourself. I mean, I just can't say it enough. I can honestly say that me being kind has opened way more doors than it closed for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't say somebody denied me something for being kind. Simply, and I know that that's the best version of myself. Now, I can get ugly, but I don't want to be ugly, okay? You know what I'm saying? I just want to spread my energy to the next person. It's contagious. Like, spread love. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to come up in the room not representing ourselves. Because like you said, the first impression is the best impression. When you step in the room, introduce yourself. Let your aura introduce you. You know what I'm saying? Do you exude love? Do you exude confidence? Do you exude, patience? It's always about, practicing that self-love. So when you step out, people say, hey, I really like that person. People are more willing to work with you and give you opportunities and open those doors for you when you are the best version of yourself. They can see when you half-stepping. I know people have seen when I'm half-stepping because you don't look like yourself. You look like you're somebody else, your lower self.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So this has been amazing. Like we could have been talking for the next 2 hours, but now I got to go.
I mean, we don't have time, but
I know. I'm going over to the next show. So, you guys can follow me on over. But meanwhile, Dee, tell us how we can follow you. I know you said the podcast starts tomorrow. If you want to repeat that information,
Okay.
and what's to come and all of your good stuff so we can keep in touch.
Okay, so you can follow me on Facebook under Deandra Ash, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's Dash Love Goddess. I also will be debuting my podcast tomorrow, Girls That Cry in the Car. Look forward every Sunday, a new episode of my random topics. As you can see today, I'm pretty random. So I definitely want to bring that energy into my podcast. And I definitely would love some input if you guys have, topics that you want to talk to me about or you want me to talk about. Send me a message, follow me, we can chat. I'm all open to everybody's opinion. I'll have some special guest appearances, so it won't just me blabbering every episode. You'll definitely have some different perspectives. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk.
I love it. And I love you, girl.
I love you too.
Thank you for being
And I
on
love
my
you,
show
whoever's
today.
watching. Sending out some love today. Have a beautiful Saturday.
All these hearts. We're so much alike, it's ridiculous. So there, take those hearts. Bloop, bloop, bloop. She gonna say you were corny for that at the end of this. She gonna be like, you did too much, but I don't care.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay to be corny. Like, totally embrace it.
We thank you so very much. I thank you for coming on here, Dee, and letting us know. And it was so much fun today. I really enjoyed it as always. And you guys, please come back in next Saturday. The next show I will be having with Divine Art Studio. Same time, same place, cupcakes and coffee conversations. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you soon. Follow me over to Real Women Atlanta magazine. I'm next. Yay. Thank you. Have a great one.